All right, everyone. We're down here at the War Memorial where people have gathered tonight as we've seen the arrest of Chris Barber. There's some beautiful people that have gathered to honor the veterans. This is what Canadians do when they're under fire. Come down here to an epic monument. Let's remember what this is about. Oh, hope I don't fall in the snow here. It's a very snowy night. I've sure learned to dress well. And there's some people that have come. This monument says 1914 to 1980, 1918 in service to Canada. And these are the men who fought. And we find ourselves right here in Ottawa in a most epic battle. Wonderful people have gathered to stand and pay tribute on a very cold night. We've come cold and wet. Here's some guys out here, look at that, getting rid of some of the snow so nobody will fall. And I just pray for my camera to hold out here in this weather. There we go. Isn't it beautiful, everyone? Isn't this gorgeous? It is cold out here, but I can tell you something from the bottom of my heart. There's nowhere I'd rather be. Standing up for my country right now. Standing with these amazing patriots. Absolutely stunning evening, really, with the snow just sort of flowing. It's really gorgeous. I just want to give you the feeling of what it's like at this very moment as we go live. This isn't Memorex. This is live. Hello, sir. Looks like your dog's got some mucklucks on.
She does, yeah.
That's nice.
Keep her dry.
Yeah. That's fantastic. People continue to gather to come in. How are ya? What a beautiful night, eh, guys?
Wonderful.
Yeah, what brings you out here?
Support, freedom.
Yes.
How about you?
That's the same thing. That beautiful flag that's flying up above you there.
Yeah.
That means more than it did 2 weeks ago.
Oh, you're not kidding.
More than it did a month ago.
Yeah.
Sort of brought us to a place where maybe we didn't know what we had, and maybe we didn't actually have it because we didn't know what was really underneath our government. But here we are. It's sort of a, you bet, you as well. Have a wonderful evening. It's very serene feeling right now as some have gathered. I think the veterans are going to perhaps speak. These guys don't get rattled by a little snow, so I wasn't going to let myself get rattled by that. I thank God for this country. I'm grateful that the Lord has given us a land that at least somewhere talks about being free. I believe that this is a casket of sorts. You can't see it in the snow, but all through here there's Canadian flags and roses as the country gathers, maybe by video, but in person many have come in order to just honor the veterans tonight. So who are the warriors that tomorrow will honor? I have a feeling there might be a monument up there with a big truck on it one day. Maybe just some people with ordinary lives who again came to a place where they had to fight for their country. What we took for granted. I kind of took it for granted. I really did. It was probably about 6 years ago when I realized something was not okay. The values that we had were definitely not being respected, and strange teachings were coming into play. How are you all? It's good to see you. You can't stop you in the cold, right? Doesn't matter if it's snowing. I don't know if you can see this lady's white hat, but you got a lot of snow on there. It looks great. Thank you for being here.
I learned how to drive on the Dark Valley Parkway. My hands were so wet, man.
It's actually really beautiful. I can see in the camera that it looks beautiful. It's even more beautiful, if I can tell you, being here. You can see that epic building there. Do you see that building? That building looks really spectacular to the natural eye. And this monument just looks amazing in the light. And the city sort of with its parliament buildings and beautiful lights and the architecture of Ottawa, representing a lot of, old style buildings. And then there's this really cool building over there, and someone from Ottawa could probably tell me what that is. How are you, sir?
I'm good, and you?
Very well. It's kind of beautiful in a sort of almost inexplainable way. Beautiful feeling of patriotism. How are you?
Good.
Good. I'm well. Tell me why you're here.
I'm here for the freedom of my wife, my two beautiful kids, and the whole family, and everybody else who can't make it down here.
Yes.
And we're not going anywhere.
Yes.
Holding the line.
Everyone's saying that. So you've heard they arrested Chris Barber?
I heard.
Yes.
I just don't know the truth of it, just what people are saying. So. Yes,
I saw a video. And so the scare tactics are out there, but everybody's saying actually it's just giving them strength because, hey man.
Oh yes, we're not going anywhere. We're going to continue holding the line, guys. And we put a big call out for support, and absolutely phenomenal. Everybody showed up down here, guys. It's beautiful. Come on down.
There's more trucks on the way here.
Apparently the highways are all blocked now. All the accesses can't get in here.
Right, they blocked the access to the city. They know we're coming.
That's right. I'm going to have to fire up my phone here.
Yep. And it's an amazing thing to see all the children that have been at the events and the love and the laughter.
That's me.
Okay. Is that your site?
Yes.
Ron Clark, Freedom Advocate.
Oh, everybody knows this one.
That's awesome. You put a lot of stuff in there?
There's a lot of stuff in here.
Right.
Let's fire this up.
Are they going to do a presentation here? We see the veterans are gathering. You got a lot of snow in that. Oh, yeah. Oh, that's fantastic. There you go. That's all right. I guess I do too. It's funny what you choose to do on a night in Canada. I guess if Canada was perfect right now, probably be home in British Columbia sipping on a hot cocoa with my husband, watching another. Maybe I'd be watching The Bachelorette, I don't know. Just wasting time. Although I don't like to do that very much, I have to admit, I don't like wasting time. But because of everything that's happened with our Prime Minister and the tyranny of it all, we all find ourselves gathered in an epic sort of snowstorm here in Ottawa. We left the comfort of our trucks. We left the comfort of our hotel rooms. We left the comfort of everything we thought was so easy to come down here on a strange, strange night.
Laura Lynn.
There you are. On a very interesting night.
Beautiful night, beautiful night.
Beautiful night to pay tribute. One thing that's interesting to me is it's not that cold, guys. It's been a lot colder.
It warms up, it snows.
Right. I see. When it warms up, it snows. Okay. See, if someone would have explained that to me.
It's just how it's always
Like I said, guys, I don't like these new phones because keep saying there's liquid in the charging piece. I
Right.
gotta try it, but it's not allowing me to do a whole lot. So
Yeah. Yeah, these phones don't like all that liquid, so I'm kind of... What I'm going to do is just keep my hand over it.
he's just shoveling right now. They're cleaning everything.
They're cleaning off this beautiful monument. You can see the roses, the love, the Canadian flag, small, but embedded in this area as tribute is paid. One of the people at the press conference yesterday was asking the Ottawa City Councillors why there hasn't been better care.
You know what this monument is?
No, would you tell me? Do you?
Grave of the unknown soldier.
Okay, right. This is the grave of the unknown soldier, right here. And it's being cared for with such love today.
It's always cared for with love.
Yes.
That's who that is.
My mom used to talk about the grave of the unknown soldier.
Now you're looking at it.
Right. My grandfather was in the war, and
was
so we
mine.
come to a new war in our generation.
On our own soil, unarmed.
On our own soil, unarmed, he said. That's a good comment.
Peaceful.
Yeah.
weapon of love.
Yeah.
Our only weapons are weapons of love.
There's no way you can defeat that one.
How will you defeat that?
No, take a knee and hold your hands out and go, thanks for doing your job.
Right. Right.
And then when they release you, you come right back and start the process all over again.
Right.
Oh, I heard every road is blocked.
It's an interesting time.
That's probably why James can't get home.
There's a park out there and walk in. A lot of people don't know how to get
I
out.
know. I know. We should have like a little
Press conferences.
advice for them.
Trying to
Here's
get
how
in
you
on
get
this.
in.
Yeah, sure. Every day at 1:30?
I jump up about 11.
Oh, wow. You're amazing.
But I know my way around. I got over 100,000 followers.
Oh, my goodness. That's
Where do you guys
fantastic.
do your conferences?
Yeah. Okay, so every day,
Well, we'll get once.
yeah.
I'll pop off.
Yeah, let's get each other's number, and so we can notify one another of when stuff's going down. Seems to be important to be there. Yeah.
Reviews we can
I know
get
where
out,
I'm at. I
right?
know where
Yes.
I'm going. And I just went.
So you have this guy has a very large following, everyone.
Ron Clark, freedom advocate.
Yeah. And I guess you've been following, and how long have you been called the freedom advocate?
I hit a
About
section of
3
the
weeks.
417.
Since I left in the convoy on the 24th.
Since we all realized it's actually the most important
The
thing
wrong damn way here.
that we can fight for.
That's right.
Yeah.
We're here for the freedom.
Only emergency
Right.
vehicle spots.
And-
These mandates,
We're in a
lift
white
these mandates,
SUV,
we're
so it was
home.
okay.
Right.
We don't want to go home, guys.
Yeah.
Mr.
City
Trudeau is
truck went
keeping us
flying
here.
by and I went. And he
Yeah,
slowed
we
down
sure
and took a
would.
look.
But isn't there something I'm gonna, like, I feel like I'll miss the beauty of what I've learned here.
You'll never not remember these moments here, guys.
Exactly.
You'll never forget
Absolutely.
these
This is
moments.
history.
Yes,
We are literally making history.
we're literally making history.
So beautiful night, guys.
Yeah. And what do you think that Trudeau's perspective is as he sits in his chalet somewhere
Well,
tonight?
how about if we ask Mr. Klaus Schwab? He's the
Right.
one that controls everything. Justin's
Right.
just a puppet, guys. We all know that.
Yes.
Follow the money. Even Schwab said it on a live video that he owns Justin Trudeau and half of his cabinet.
Yep.
And,
He said he's
that's-
penetrated the Senate
That's on a
too.
live video.
That's
So.
right, as well as Biden.
I got it. I've played that, and you're absolutely right. And everybody's
we're dealing
waking. That's what we're dealing with. It's not like the days of old. Some other country has invaded us. It's pretty much our own government has bowed the knee to some other agenda and a global takeover.
Yeah.
That's the interesting part.
No,
And now everyone's waking up.
Somebody said that Pat King threatened the NDP.
Jim Watson, our mayor.
I don't know, guys. I didn't see anything. So.
I haven't heard that kind of message from Pat.
Oh, wicked.
A year of private contracting for a guy.
Oh, yes.
His name was mentioned in Parliament on the House.
Who's? Oh, was it?
Oh, oh.
I imagine, I guess, yeah.
They don't know. Nobody knows. I asked. Deanna or whoever her name was this morning. She's the one planning this whole food.
As you guys can see, a nice little gathering down here at the
Don't
War
believe no
Memorial.
time.
Down just as fast as they shovel it away.
You know, it's quite a price that our forefathers did, in fact, pay. Literally going into battle. It does seem far, far greater than what we are doing down here. But perhaps in some way no less important, because if we don't stand against what Justin Trudeau is doing with removing the right and the freedom of choice in this nation, bodily autonomy, and I hasten to add that as I truly do believe my body, my choice, I never believe that you can make that choice for someone else's body. And thus when we speak of those who choose to end another person's life in their body, that's something different for me. But what you get to do and have put in your body is of utmost relevance, and it's precious. And here we are. I guess those who fought in World War I and World War II had no idea that quite actually one of the things they would be fighting for is the freedom for us to be able to stand up and fight on this epic day without guns and without bombs, without airplanes, none of that stuff. But yet we're fighting the fiercest battle of our lives with many who are down here actually saying they're willing, if need be, to lay down their lives. That's kind of interesting. But we don't believe it will come to that.
Hi, are you Laura Lynn?
I am.
Oh, I watch you on the internet.
Thank you.
Well, thank you so much for being here.
Oh, it's an honor. It's an honor. Where are you from?
Oh, the west end of Ottawa.
Okay, you live here.
Yes.
So are you one of those Ottawantonians who's been very annoyed by us?
No, I've loved every moment of it.
You've loved it.
Every moment. The
Yeah.
feeling of unity and love, there's been absolutely no violence at all.
Yeah.
The only violence I've seen is the protesters.
Yes.
Swearing, throwing eggs, stuff like that.
Right. They have, and I've heard there's been some damage caused to some of the trucks and stuff here and there as well.
Well, yes, and I heard that the ambush on Bank Street and Riverside, some of the tires were actually slashed
Wow.
by the anti-protest protesters.
Right.
And they were carrying signs with swastikas on it, which is outrageous.
It is, isn't
And,
it?
of course, the mainstream media wouldn't cover any
They
of
won't take a single shot of that.
it. Yes,
No, they won't put that up
exactly.
anywhere.
So it's nice to see you in real life.
Yes, well, it's nice to see you as well. And, oh, that's yours. Okay, good. I'll
We'll
put
just
that.
leave it at that because I was at the flower shop and I tried to cover my phone. I shot
Yeah.
my number out.
Right,
So we
yeah.
haven't really been there. I think I got up to 7.2 there.
Oh, my
that one.
goodness.
So, like I
Oh.
said, try to get me into those conferences so we can get this stuff out further.
Oh, so easy, yeah.
But I've been asking and
You know, sometimes we get notified late too, or they put it together last minute. So
I'm always downtown. Like I'm
Yep.
minutes away from everything. So
you bet. I will let you know every single time I hear of something.
yeah, so just shoot me a text and I have your number and stuff,
Yep.
and then we'll
Yep.
go from there. So yeah,
I
just wanted to,
absolutely will. Are you leaving?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go back and gotta get all my equipment charged back up.
Yes, 100%.
All right, you have a wonderful night.
All right, you too.
Well, thank you so much for your service.
Yes, and thank you for caring about us being here. I haven't seen anything like what's going on here in my whole life. Have you in Ottawa ever seen?
Never. Like on Saturday, I was down and it felt like there was 100,000 people here in unity. It was
Right.
amazing. And the energy of peace and love is just incredible.
It is, isn't
It's
it?
amazing.
Yeah.
Just you could walk up to anybody and speak to them, and you're all just connected
Yep.
in unity.
Yep. The East and the West, people of different religions. All it was love and freedom. All the different nationalities represented, and just epic.
Epic, and things just unfold naturally. I had a group meditation with 2 other people, and it was incredible, and it was just spontaneous. And then when we opened our eyes, there was many people around us.
Wow.
The only people afraid were the parliamentary police when everybody was hugging each other afterwards.
Well, it's the only time in history where giving someone a hug is civil disobedience right now, right? So, how are you, sir?
I'm very well. And
What-
I just wanted to say bless you, Laura Lynn, for what you do.
Thank you.
You-
I
This
appreciate
gentleman's
it.
been educating us. Oh my God.
Really, tell us, educate us as well.
Oh. In front of a camera, I'm not sure how to go about it, but we were
It's-
talking, and you know, I guess I was saying that over the last 50 years, I've watched Canada on what I would call a bit of a slide. I was always so happy to live in a free country, but I was always a little bit concerned that we were always trying to put down the United States. We were always trying to define ourselves in terms of what we weren't. And I'm saying, this isn't good. This isn't the way it should be. And to keep a long story short, our tolerance became tolerance for bad behavior. Look at how kids behave today. I can't believe it. I was out on the canal skating. Bunch of girls out there. Every second word was the F word. You know, young teenage girls. So, I mean, things were on a slide. Crime was getting worse. And then, I guess, I was, concerned with where the country was going financially. And then I thought, well, the Conservatives got in, and I kind of forgave Stephen Harper for doing a bit of a bailout because he had a minority government and what have you. Well, then he got a majority, and he became just like the others, another big government
He never
guy.
did what he could have done with it.
And he was a globalist. And so I said, this is not going to end well. And then along comes Justin Trudeau, and I said, oh my gosh, how could we ever put an idiot like that even in a seat in Parliament, let alone a Prime Minister? And I said, this is really going to end badly. I never dreamed it could get to where it is today. So to round it all off, sum it up, in the last 50 years, I've been looking for reasons to really say I'm proud to be a Canadian. Well, I finally found a reason. It's the truckers and all of these people coming out. I've never been more proud.
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
And this, I guess, is our war in a way.
Oh.
We're here at this momentous monument that stands for the people who really paid a price by using guns and bombs and had to fight physically. But we're in like a mental war, in a communication war.
If this doesn't end, I fear for how this might end if this government doesn't turn around.
Everyone's concerned.
Absolutely.
Yes. Thank you, sir.
Well, you're welcome.
Thank
and
you for loving
again
our
for
Canada.
all of what you do.
You're welcome, sir. Bless you.
Bless
That
you
was
too.
awesome.
Have a
You
great
just got me a lot more viewers. They liked you.
I just wanted to slide you some money, Laura.
You did? Oh, bless your heart.
So I
Oh,
got to see you. I'm from Pastor Arthur's church. I came
Pastor
to see you
Arts?
at a meeting. Yeah.
Yes.
We got to come see you at a meeting, and we're pretty diligent watchers. So I'm the bird.
And
JT,
we're
I'm
praying.
the bird in there chirping about revival all the time.
Right.
Getting
And we're
women on the
praying for
hill.
Pastor Art right now.
Yeah. So we got to get women up on the hill,
Yes.
and we need to pray,
Yes.
and we need to yell out, and we need to scream for forgiveness.
Yes.
So I wish it could be more, but yeah, we
Thank
love you so
you.
much. You're a hero, sister.
Yeah, it sounds like you're the hero. You're doing a lot for this nation. Thank you.
Have a really good night.
Yes, you as well. God bless.
Could I maybe give a message if you want?
I would love
my
one.
My friend was here last week with me, and he's
Hi, how are you?
went through the whole
Yes.
solidarity
Hold
movement
for one
thing in
moment.
Poland, which I think he met a lot of people from Poland, obviously. But he said, please, if you have a chance to give a message to the police, because in Poland during the whole solidarity movement, Canada is an awesome place, and the police are awesome in Canada. And we've been thanking the police and saying we love you, and because obviously they let people to participate here and protect the peace. That's part of the reason it's been such a beautiful. They haven't let certain people maybe in here. But he says if they do what the government asked them to do.
I think someone's talking.
Sorry, the vigil started over. I want to just hug you.
Oh, I'd love to have a hug. Thank you.
From your husband again.
Thank you. Thank you.
That's your
Thank
word.
you. Oh, bless your heart. Thank you.
Come over here.
And now we'll go with the Lord's Prayer and pray for our family members and the victims that have suffered losses unnecessarily. Our Father,
who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name.
thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread.
Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. Thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever and ever. Amen.
can join in singing "Oh Canada," and can we sing it in first in English and then in French?
Just a second, all right?
Probably better you don't video. My kids always tell me not to sing.
Me too. At least it's not minus 25 today.
True, nor strong and free, from far and wide, O Canada, we stand on guard for thee. God, keep our land glorious and free. O Canada, we stand on guard for thee. O Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Amen. Thank you.
We can sing now in French.
I can't sing in French, but surely someone can.
You sing it in French.
I missed a couple of words.
Good job.
Okay, let's go, les Français, francophones. Let's go. Oh, de nos aïeux, ton et saint, de flot glorieux, car ton bras s'est porté l'épée, il s'est porté la croix. Ton histoire est une épopée, des plus brillants exploits. Et protégera nos foyers et nos droits. Protégera nos foyers et nos droits. You look pretty cold.
All right, thank you everyone for coming, and we are here to be peaceful.
Thank you. Hockey night
We are
in
here
Canada.
with our
I've been
children.
here for the last 3 weeks, so today's the nicest day.
For their health, for their well-being,
Stop raining.
and we are united.
Love the summer.
And to protect our constitution.
100% for, and most importantly for our children. We are adults and we have choice. They don't get to vote. They don't have a choice, and it is our responsibility to put our children first, their needs first, their well-being first. And as parents, that's our primary job, our primary focus, and our primary motivation. And the government's primary motivation is not necessarily to put your child's needs first, their health first, or their well-being first. And that's the message that we need to be here to share, so that we don't have to come here again and to have to suffer more. We need to prevent other people from suffering our pain and losing loved ones to these vaccines and government mandates. Amen.
Amen.
We're
Canadian, we have a voice.
Is that you, druthers, again?
Hey, Laura Lynn again.
I have my druthers about you.
Keep bumping into you.
How are you doing?
Great, great. Yourself?
Stay strong.
You too. We love to see the independent media out here.
Isn't it great?
Yes.
Telling the truth. What a beautiful night. I just had to come down to enjoy it.
I was telling these guys, I had one of their newspapers back in September, and I was a construction manager for most of my life. And I had no time and this and that. But I started writing a letter to my MP because of what's going on. And I started reading, because when you write a letter in construction, if one thing is wrong, everyone throws your letter out. And after doing all that homework to write my letter to my MP, which unfortunately it looks like my MPP, which I was going to copy, got fired because she donated $100 to the Convoy. Sylvia.
Oh, it was your MPP.
Yes, yes.
So she donates money to the Convoy and loses
her job.
Her job.
That's what I heard, yes. So I was looking up her email today to send the letter before I got here, because Kyle Seebeck is my MPP, which I'm proud of because I heard him standing up in Parliament, so great, I'm going to hug him. But I thought before we come here, I have to send him the letter to... I told him I'm going to try to get him the support of the whole Polish community. Because we've been here, last week we were delivering cookies.
3 weeks
of course, the police came to our friend's house after and said, where are you going, like this weekend? Like, this is crazy stuff.
Wow. The police came to his home.
To my friend's, my wife has a bakery.
Right.
So they baked all these cookies last week.
Yes.
400 packages. They delivered them to all the truck drivers, little hearts, for them.
We might have filmed one of those.
We may have filmed one of those.
Great Polish gals.
The Polish gals. I was giving truck drivers, they didn't want the cookies from me so much, but they did take them. But then they came to one of the girls, they came to her house, oh yeah, we're just here, are you planning a trip, like a longer trip? And I said, what's this about? So anyway, that's what I was saying about the police earlier with the solidarity movement in Poland. The police was respected, they were great, but then they, to this day, and I maybe shouldn't say this on public television, but they use the term dogs for police, because what happened with the government, they used them just like, go sick them. And if the police bend to this time, it'll be for always. Anytime
they'll be after them soon.
That's the tool that they'll use. So if you're
how many forced boosters until they are all on our side?
Yeah.
How many forced boosters? That is the question every police officer and every member of our society needs to be asking themselves. They've maybe taken 2 shots, thought they were doing the right thing. They've lined up for a booster. Maybe it's over. I don't think so. The Prime Minister has purchased 8 booster shots for everybody. So they need to ask themselves how many forced boosters till they're on our side.
But the saddest thing is how the police, the younger generation of policemen, could stand up against the veterans, which fought for other countries in other countries. Now I spoke with the gentleman today. He cannot believe he had to go through the same thing in his own country, and it's so sad.
Which gentleman was that?
That's right. Raider.
Yeah.
The general Raider. It's so sad.
With the
that's right. Yes.
Things on.
Yes.
Yeah.
So sad. Our prime minister, instead of connecting us together, he's just dividing people, and
you're so right.
Segregation and stuff.
Thank you for being here and understanding what we're fighting. God bless you guys, and we love the Polish.
I have something to say in terms of content.
Oh, yes?
Yes, content.
Yes.
Okay? Well, guys, what we have to understand, and probably Justin doesn't know that yet, the vaccine is not working. You know why? Because the RNA messenger was designed to target the alpha, coronavirus 19, and not the variation of Delta and Omicron. So even if you take 2 boosters, 4 boosters, whatever you like, it will not work. The only thing you'll get is probably adverse effects. Okay, one more thing, okay? We have to understand that Canada is 133 ranking 133 worst countries in the world with 936 deaths per million of inhabitants. And if you compare that with the United States, they are worse than us. Israel is the worst to the worst because they had 4 shots And what happened is their immunity system went down drastically, and this is why they have the worst record on the planet. And if we compare to India, for instance, and other countries like in Africa, so these countries, they are probably ranking 40 or 60, okay, with a number of deaths of 60 per million of inhabitants. Now, there's a report which was produced in Ontario by the Health Department in Ontario with scientists, and also in Scotland. And this report concluded that the vaccine have a negative efficacy. What does it mean? Negative efficacy, it means that you can get the Omicron or the variation of coronavirus more easily because your immunity system is going down each time you take a shot. That's what's happening at the moment. And this is why Boris Johnson, okay, in UK decided to scrap, all the health measures, okay? Same thing in Ireland, same thing in Scotland, same thing in in Denmark, Finland, all these countries, they decide to scrap the mandate. Now we have the Prime Minister of Alberta, Saskatchewan,
Premier,
they decided to scrap the mandate as well. So why the hell Trudeau still resisting? Because the science, the actual science,
is not with him.
Everybody to get away from this. It's not the solution. Vaccine is not the solution.
You must have loved the doctors, eh? The doctors that have been here.
And also, yes, the doctors. I was at the conference. And as we probably know, okay.
Yes.
One more thing. The most, the scandal is this one. The scandal is the treatment. There was a treatment available, like an early treatment, which was not provided to people in Canada and United States. The early treatment was with ivermectin and also with hydroxychloroquine. These two medications were even won a Nobel Prize. So why they were scrapped from all the drugstores and the pharmacies?
It's a good question, isn't it?
Yeah, okay. I'll give you the reason. Because Mr. Fauci in the United States of America, okay, the guy Fauci, influenced the CDC and the FDA to approve not these drugs, but the remdesivir. Okay, but the thing is, Pfizer, they accepted the vaccine under the condition it's an emergency and there's no side treatment. However, there was a side treatment, and this is why they decided to do a bad publicity to the hydroxychloroquine and all the other drugs that they were calling horse deworming. This was like, fake news, because this is not reality.
Yes.
Okay? Anyway.
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
I love it, and we talk about this all the time.
Yeah, I know.
Sir, I just want to thank you for being here and thank you for your service. Could I just get a comment on what you're experiencing here in Ottawa at this most epic time in our history?
Yeah, well, this is democracy, freedom at its best. It's, I guess, what you would call the most Canadian, peaceful, and it's hard. It makes what we do and what we went through in all these other countries fighting tyranny, it makes it worth it to see Canadians all together in solidarity, standing up for rights and freedoms that are being taken away by our own government. And to think that this could happen in this country and around the world is heartbreaking. So I urge all Canadians, please stop listening to what the mainstream media is talking to you and driving you towards. Its lies. Come down and see for yourself. The narrative isn't true, and they're willing to take draconian steps, tyranny, in order to subdue a peaceful protest. And if you think that they're going to hand those laws back once they bring them in, you're wrong.
It's quite an epic battle then, isn't it?
It is.
for all of us when we look at those soldiers up there and those who have fought and those who stand and served in any way for our nation. We're pretty shocked to find that we're at the doorstep of this kind of war from within our own parliamentary house. That's what's shocking. We're not battling a different country. We are having to stand against our own prime minister. It's very disturbing for us.
It's truly disturbing. The fact that he resorts to martial law over having a conversation, and how he has weaponized love, right? He tells everybody that everybody's doing their own part, supporting each other and their family, but he's weaponized us against each other out of fear. And for what? You know what I mean? What's the real number, Mr. Prime Minister? It was 70%, 80%. We're 90% vaccinated. What's it going to take? Here's a question. You won't answer any questions to Parliament. You got your little parrot lines. So I'm calling you out. Come have a conversation with the veterans right here on the War Memorial. We're standing here on guard. We've always been here, and we're not going anywhere.
Sir, your words are so powerful, and we thank you and we love you, and you cut a lot of hearts going up right now on the feed. God bless you, sir. Thank you very much. All right, everyone. That is a word of truth that we just heard. And I'd just like to thank you for joining me on this very snowy night. You can see this is a bit of a snowstorm going on. But people gathered to pay tribute today to the great veterans and, may I say, to the future heroes of our nation that are now standing. God bless you, everyone. Have a great night. And we'll see you tomorrow. From Laura Lynn at Ground Zero in Ottawa, Ontario, I love you guys. Thanks for standing. God bless.